What's up guys, Alessandro here and welcome to my morning routine. It's actually 9:30 p.m. the night before and this is when I believe my morning really kicks off. I'm going to take you through what I do before I go to bed and then we'll see you all bright and early in the morning. My first key to having a productive morning is to set up my workspace to facilitate productivity. So I'll tidy and organize my desk. Next, I'm going to write out my plan for the morning so that I don't have to worry about it tomorrow. I already know exactly what I'm going to be doing and I know when and how I'm going to do it. For me, it is just so important to be really explicit with where I'm going and the little things that I can do each day to get me closer to that goal. So I've got my schedule done for tomorrow morning. My phone is on my desk, alarm is set, and I leave that now, I won't touch it again. And now I'll just do a little bit of reading in bed. I'll make sure all the big lights are off. Personally, I don't watch any Netflix or do anything on my computer before bed. I much prefer reading a paper book because not only does it engage my mind, but it also stops me from being exposed to blue light and I can learn something just before I go to bed. And this also helps me to fall asleep a lot faster as well. I'm just finishing up Principles by Ray Dalio, which has been a fantastic read and I would recommend it to any of you who are looking to build a set of values and principles. You would have heard that it took a while for me to turn off my alarm. For those that hit the snooze button one too many times, here's a quick tip. I set my phone over on my desk so I have to get up to turn it off. And not only that, but I only set one alarm. This is a great example of how one small action can lead to really positive change. Now that I'm up, I head to the bathroom and do all of my cleaning and hygiene. It's not the most extensive routine, but by the time I'm done, not only have I woken up and am I feeling fresh and ready to go, but I've got my goals for the morning already running through my head. Now, walking back into my room, I don't see a bed that's ready to get back into, but one that's ready to be made. A lot of people underestimate the value of making your bed in the morning, and while it doesn't change my life, it is one small task that I can tick off to start the day. Next, I get dressed for the day's activities. Doing this now means that I can focus on the work that is at hand, and if I do get caught up doing things, I won't run late because I'm already organised and ready to go. What's going on guys? So it's the next morning, it's about 6:30 a.m. and I usually get up at 6, mostly, just depends on how my routine has been the night before. By 6:30 I'll be back into doing some reading. I find that in the morning and at night are the two best times to read just because at that point I've either switched off or hasn't quite started my day yet, so I can really relax, enjoy the reading, unwind and really start my day off on a good foot. I'll leave my phone inside, I basically just turn my alarm off and then I don't touch it for a little while. The other thing is I try and get through one of these 2-litre bottles of water. Hydrating myself after a night of obviously sleeping and not drinking, it just makes me feel so much better and it's definitely something that I would recommend trying out. I tell you what guys, I love getting outside in the morning. Sometimes I will go for a walk, but seeing as I'm going to be walking to the gym anyway in a couple of hours, I figure I just come out here, do some reading, get a bit of fresh air, listen to just the sounds of the morning, and it's just a fantastic way to really kick everything off. The way I allocate my time during these mornings does vary depending on the day or the week or what assessments I have coming up. However, typically I will do the most pressing things first. I'll get these out of the way and then focus on other tasks. However, early mornings like these are also beneficial for working on side projects. So I'll focus on personal development on the YouTube channel, things that I know that I'm not going to have time to work on later in the day. Alright guys, so it's 7:30, I've just finished up with a little bit of work. You can see there, 7:41. And I've just put out my phone as well, had a little bit of a check of that. And now I'm just enjoying my coffee. I like to have lots of breaks when I work. I had a coffee break after 30 minutes of work and now I'm back at it again. And there's many reasons for this, but mostly it's just to keep my concentration going. If you are interested in being more productive, check out the Pomodoro technique. It is a great way to improve your efficiency and effectiveness.
So I've been working for about an hour now, and I thought I'd just touch a little bit on why I like to get up at 6. And it's not super early, like crazy early, and it's not super late, but it's just a good time for me to sort of get up, get a bit of my uni work done or any other projects that I'm focusing on before everybody else starts to get up, while I'm nice and fresh. So I'll get a bit ahead on my day, and that's sort of the way it works for me. I'm also really tired by the time it gets to 10 o'clock at night, so I'll just go to bed earlier and I'll still get my 8 hours of sleep, which helps me to achieve all the things that I need to get done each day. Obviously I've got my plan as well, which I did the night before, and that sort of helps me stay on track. I don't plan the whole day, I usually just plan my mornings, and then I can have the rest of the day to do other things. So today I'll go to the gym, and then I'll come back and get ready and I'll head off to uni. We'll go and cook up some breakfast very soon. Fantastic pre-workout meal. This is one of Mitch, who's behind the camera today, found this recipe. It's a egg sandwich, and it all comes together in one pot, so it's super easy to make. Lots of protein, lots of fat, lots of carbs, and it's just a perfect meal to have before you go to the gym. So we're just going to start by putting in a couple of whole eggs. You can do as many as you like, really, whether you want to do lots of all whole eggs, or I like to do a ratio of 2 whole eggs, 4 egg whites, 2 eggs worth, which I know is in there. It looks like almond milk, but really we put egg whites in there. I'll put a photo of the screen of the egg whites that we buy. Once we've got our 4 eggs in there, we just season it however you like. So I like to put a little bit of onion powder and just a little bit of this Tuscan seasoning. So that's got salt and pepper in it already. We've got our pan preheating here on like a medium heat so that we don't burn the omelette. Whisk the egg. And now it all comes together pretty quickly. So just a little spray of oil in the pan. And that's already nice and warm. And we're just going to take our egg and pour it straight in. Beautiful. You just take your bread and you just pop it straight on top of your egg. And then you're just going to let that cook. And then we're going to flip the whole thing and fold it all together and make a sandwich in one pot. So you don't have to worry about toasting it separately or anything, you just got one pot, everything happens there. Alright, so it's coming along nicely now. Not quite ready, but just, it's very preferable that you have a non-stick pan, just so it all is nice and easy. Got some ham and cheese as well that we're going to put on there, but you can basically put whatever you like. You can put chicken, you can put any sort of sauce you like. It's really up to you. So as you can see, this bit of the bread hasn't been toasted yet, but when we flip it, it will get nice and crispy. We're going to flip our egg now. This is the challenging part. This is the bit that requires the most coordination. So what we're going to do is we're just going to get right underneath it. And we're just going to flip it like that. And at this point we're just going to turn it up to full heat so that we can toast the bottom of that bread. And we're just going to grab our sides and we're just going to fold them in. Just going to fold them over like that. And we're going to start to get a sandwich. So we fold those over. Now we can grab our ham or any other toppings that we'd like. And we can just slide them in there. And our cheese. That's one serving of cheese there, but you can put as much cheese as you like. So now, what we're going to do is we're just going to grab this here and we're just going to fold it over like that. So that's on a high heat now, and we're just going to toast that bread.
So how do you know when it's nearly ready to go? Gotta do a little crunch test. See? That's starting to get pretty close. It's nice and crunchy. There we have it. Mitch and I's toasted egg sandwich. Good crunch. That's the pre-workout meal. And I'm gonna enjoy this and then head off to the gym.
Quite good. Tastes good?
Yeah. Look.
Yeah, it looks quite good.
You want to say it to the camera?
No. Absolutely not.
It's alright. It's recording, you'll be able to hear you say it.
Oh, lovely.
The plan was to go to the gym at 10, however the weather deteriorated a bit, so I ended up going at 9. And that's the beauty of a plan. They can change and you should be flexible, especially with things like morning routines, because things do change. I hope you did get something out of this video, especially just a small tip or trick that you can implement into your daily routine. All of these things have made a massive difference in my life. If you got something out of this video, give it a like, subscribe to the channel if you're new here, and I'll see you guys next week.